You already know what it is, DBPOTD. I about messed up. You see, I be talking too fast sometimes. That's the problem. I ain't gonna be with y'all long today, man. I'm about to go ahead and get all this stuff out the way. Cause, you know, I know y'all be waiting to just grab a nice little pick, find something to look into. If you're not putting some of these companies into your watch list, into your, you know what I'm saying, just to look at as they go on, you crazy. This is free game. Free game. And these companies definitely be going up. So, cause it's one, I ain't gonna get into it too deep. I think it was Spark or something like that. It's a crypto that I was looking at. They've been going up. They've been looking good. They more newish. And I'm gonna talk about stuff like that today a little bit too, right? We'll get into that. So today we got EQ. I ain't gonna try to pronounce the name of their company. However, that's the company that we got today. Now this, I picked this one for a reason, right? I wanted to show y'all the dynamic and the range of Trampoline, because y'all know that's the strategy that I show y'all. That's the one that I walk through on YouTube. If you don't know, go to YouTube, Real Rag Market Education, type in episode 1, 2, or 3. You're gonna find it, and it's gonna give you some free game. I remember, bro. That's crazy. It's gonna give you some free game, you feel me? And it's gonna put you on. It's gonna put you on, right? So with Trampoline, my bad, because I'm trying to find a pump and I'm trying to focus. I ain't trying to hit no cars, you feel me? Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Yeah. So with Trampoline, you gonna notice that I always talk about that major MA that's right there, that's floating at the top, that y'all seen on the day time frame, where it's trading at close to the 4-hour time frame, right? These are very important. I've been telling y'all this since I started really talking about Trampoline. Now you know Trampoline in itself is the flow as you watch the price go above and below, above and below with the moving averages, right? However, when you see it touch up, and again, I teach price action trading. Yes, we have all types of strategies that we can teach and apply. Those are perspectives. Those are not guarantees. Those are simply indicators. You get what I'm saying? But they are not guarantees. So we don't move off an indicator. We move off the fact that we see where the price is sitting by the indicators. You get what I'm saying? Or by these certain technical analysis zones that we looking at, such as like resistances and supports and stuff like that, right? Or if it's breaking a trend line, you know, when we noticing different things like that. So this one in particular shows a very good range. It shows how with this one EQ, it jumped up all the way up to about what, 130, 140, if I'm not mistaken. You can go look at it again, because right now I'm talking off the cusp of my memory of visualizing what I remember the chart to look like. So with that being said, I told y'all I got something else that I want to tell y'all with companies wise. When it came down to early companies, going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, there is a crypto that I just peeped, right, called Trust AI. I'm gonna show y'all the day time frame. I ain't gonna show y'all the whole charts, but I'm gonna show y'all the day time frame very early. If you know what I say about IPOs, which is stocks, okay? If you know what I say about that, then I would tell you to apply the same strategy, the same sauce with an ICO, an IDO, or an IEO. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because again, also going back to something else I also previously said, you would know that when it comes down to early companies, right? I talk about this in videos. When it comes down to early companies, they tend to rise above where they first started, right? So what you want to do is you want to already notice where it is in its position. So you notice that it's down here at this bottom. Take note that, okay, there's a famous trend pattern, right, called double bottoms. It could perform that. So let's say it performs that right now. That could potentially give you a gain, even just talking in right now where it's at around like that 6 cent range. It could give you a gain just from thinking about the double little cup, right? So if it gives you that, understand once it goes through here, that's 2 areas that mark good hop ins for the person that's obviously trying to buy. Good areas, because they good, feel me? They matter. And then you want to catch it when it go up, right? Because and it might not even perform that type of pattern. I don't know. I'm just sort of, you know what I'm saying, just giving you a little example of what it could do. It might not perform that type of pattern though. It might do something else. Might just might go up a little bit, come down, be flat for a little second. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it happen, and then the company will, you know what I'm saying? So just pay attention. Again, apply the same sauce. You should go back in some of my DBPOTDs. If you're not familiar with some of the things that I'm saying right now, you should go back. For real. I'm not telling you that for no reason. I'm telling you that because at the end of the day, it's going to serve you to really be able to follow along with the information and know what we're talking about when we refer to some things. Because, for instance, as I continue through these episodes, yeah, I'm always going to still be able to break it down even for the person that's new here, because that's just what I'm supposed to be able to do, right? However, you still want to be able to be caught up to a certain point of where, let's say you start when I'm on DBPOTD episode 61 or something like that, right? Obviously, we're not there yet, but we're going to be there, feel me? So let's say you start there and we done chopped it up. That by the end, that's like what, a good 2 quarters probably. You know what I'm saying? About a good 2-3 quarters. But I'm gonna just say 2 quarters. Man, you gonna be behind. At least with the game, like, and understanding like where we at. You know what I'm saying? And really teaching it. Cause I tie in, if you know me and you've been following along, I tie in real life world events, you feel me? And things that's also going on around us to make you understand that all of this stuff, even us including, like us humans, we all operate off patterns. Everything around us is operating off a pattern, a cycle, and it's up to us to break these patterns and cycles before we ever see change, whether that's in ourselves, whether that's you see change in your business, whether that's you see change in your finances, whether that's you see change in your relationships, whether that's you see change in your talk with and walk with God, whether that's you see change in whatever the case may be in the world, whatever you looking for, right? However you trying to put it down for everybody, right? That's how you know what I'm saying, that's how you invoke that change, is break the pattern or the cycle that is already playing in that position. Because you got to understand, until you do, what is it going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just simple to me. But yeah, make sure you talk to God today. You know the vibes. I told you I wasn't gonna talk your head off too much today. I just wanted to give you some game, put you on with that company, because I feel like, you know, long term, again, yes, we can see short term benefits and understand like, ooh, yay, we got short term benefits, yay. But at the end of the day, that long term ball is gonna always hit harder, because when you look at the overall gains long term, like what happened over the long term, I'm telling you, you got to start following that versus always just thinking like, yeah, I can just grab this real quick. That's good when you leveraging certain things, understand that's why your portfolio should be very dynamic. You should not just have 1 or 2, 3, 4 things that you're looking into. You should have multiple things, go across industries, different sectors. You feel what I'm saying? It's very what's the word that I'm looking for? Basically, you have a lot of options, right? You got a lot of options when it comes down to things that you can invest into in the market. A lot of people nowadays are talking about they want to invest into a lot of gold. One thing, gold. Let me tell you, gold, I've been telling y'all this anyway. That's why I say go back in the DBPOTDs. Gold has been going up crazy since about really last year, if we being honest. That's really probably about 2 years ago, really. That's when it really like started showing like, all right, we finna turn up again, because gold had a little moment where it was sort of slacking a little bit, and then you feel me, it really turned back up. And as you can see, everything that's connected to gold had some type of spike, or is about to, or look like it's going to. Feel me? Hint, hint. So if you ain't paying attention to no gold companies, look at some gold companies. GAU, that's one of them. I can tell you that all. Yo, I hope y'all could see that in the camera. GAU, that is called Galeno Gold or something like that. I wish y'all could. Did y'all see that in the camera? They about smacked the shit out of my car. They just, and I swear they had to have just pulled in like that. I don't know what they was doing. I hope my whole, I'm gonna look at it, but bro, that was wild. That was wild. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all look into certain companies. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot out here for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot out here for you. Cryptos, they are obviously going to be going stupid for a little while longer, maybe even. And when I say a little while longer, don't take that as me saying, oh, he thinks it's only going to be a month, 2 months. Nah, a little while longer might be 3, 4 more years, buddy. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay attention to the market and what it's going to produce. That's why I always tell y'all, you got to see different perspectives. You got to understand what you're looking at and be prepared for anything. Don't just look at it like, oh yeah, this is going to be like this. Okay. And then when you waiting 3 years, but you really closed out a year early because you lost hope, and you were supposed to wait 3 years, then you're going to see why I was always trying to tell you certain things. It's not because, it's not about being right, y'all. You feel me? Even in your own analysis, it's not about you being right and saying, oh yeah, I was right when I said this was going to go up. It's about you teaching yourself the knowledge to understand, okay, this is how I spot these moments. It has nothing to do with being right. It is simply and solely about teaching yourself how to spot these moments, notice them, right? And utilize them for your benefit. Upgrade your finances. Have a separate account that you grow, right? That you use to invest and reinvest. And it grows itself. Especially when you utilize all the enhancements that come along with whatever brokerage you're using. You get what I'm saying? Because I know everybody has their own flavor. Everybody like to do what they do. You feel me? Like I told y'all, I like to stick to the simple things. You feel me? And also with the simple things, I also like to make sure that I'm utilizing all the enhancements that are going to protect me long term. You feel me? All of them, not just one, not just two. Make sure you utilize it. Make sure you looking into all these different perks. Got a lot of stuff out here, y'all. It's a lot of good things that you can be doing. But anyway, like I said, I didn't really want to talk too long. It's already going on about 15. Damn, I be chatting. I already told y'all talk to God today, but I'm gonna tell you one more time. Say your prayers. Say your prayers. Get in isolation at some point today. Make sure you spend some time with your peoples if you can. You know what I'm saying? Grind, feel, grind, and grind. Feel, we out.